What is up, everybody? Steve here. I want you guys to be prepared for what is to come. Right now, studies are coming out in terms of showing mass layoffs in different companies. A lot of them are publicly traded companies. And these publicly traded companies have ultimately one goal, and their goal is to make sure their shareholders are making money, their shareholders are whole. And unfortunately, in times like this, in times of recessionary periods, in times when the economy is pretty fragile, layoffs are going to happen because keeping people employed is a huge expense. So they want to make sure that they're getting rid of the fat. So the first people that stand to lose their jobs, and this is why I'm bringing this to your attention, they're people who are working from home, and they're people who were the last hired in these organizations. Unless you're some sort of superstar within your company and you were recently hired, unless you have been going above and beyond and excelling in every direction and making your company more efficient, more profitable, and so forth, your job could be on the line depending on what company you're with. So studies are coming out, like I said, people who are working from out of the office, so you're kind of out of face, out of mind, and people who are last to be hired in an organization, so the freshmen of the company are going to be the first that are going to be laid off. And if you guys are in a situation like this, I mentioned this in other videos, be sure you guys are protecting yourselves. Go out, start networking with other people within other companies, maybe in the same industry, and see if there's other opportunities. The networking that people should be proactively doing right now, I think, is underestimated. I think that people need to be preparing right now because layoffs are here. We've been saying that they are coming, and they are here, and a lot of companies are not doing so well. So inevitably, a lot of people are going to be laid off, and unfortunately, despite the job markets that are coming out, I think a lot of that is manipulated. We're getting a lot of manipulated information from our government, regardless if you believe that or not. I truly believe that we're not always told the true story, and unfortunately, it's at the expense of people who are relying on these jobs to feed their families, to put a roof over their heads, and it's going to lead into, real estate at the end of the day. If people do not have a job and they can't make their mortgage payments, they will be forced to let their properties go, and they'll have to sell them. They'll have to sell them at an aggressive price, which will bring down the values of real estate even more, and then people will get to a negative equity position where they'll be upside down. And then they'll have to cut a check at closing to be whole, or they'll be in some sort of foreclosure, short sale scenario. So anyway, let me know if you guys are in a situation where you think that your company might be a little shaky. I'd like to hear some feedback from you guys and maybe what your plan is as well. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.